Good morning. Rise and shine at 6 a.m. Still cold, starting out in the 40s, but for now, in the afternoons, I'm finding that I might need to start using my car sunshade. It's getting warm out there.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on your Wednesday, February 7th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good week so far. And yeah, if you like the cold weather, enjoy the morning. But if you like the warm weather, just wait a little while.
Well, I tell you what, yesterday was one of the prettiest days we've had around here a while, and almost a preview of spring-like weather here in South Texas. Mike Osterhage.
We're not done with cool temperatures yet.
But we got a good taste yesterday.
Yes, we did. And this morning is going to be similar, or today, temperature-wise, starting off at the 40s, getting up to 70. Not quite as pretty in the afternoon, a few more clouds. Then it's not going to be as cool in the mornings once we get into tomorrow, Friday, and then going in through the weekend. First of all, it's at the glow, maybe not quite, of the sunrise this morning. We do have a few clouds hanging around here, though. 49 degrees, so we have definitely gone up just in the past hour. Gained a whole bunch, and the humidity has also gone up. This number was down to 39 just in the past hour, so more humidity coming on in here. And with that humidity getting pumped in, we're on the lookout for more fog. Castroville's down to 2.5 miles visibility. Pleasanton just dropped to 4 at Hondo. So we'll be on the lookout for some of this fog throughout the course of the morning. Victoria has some, and then a little bit down around Cotulla. So it's just sort of scattered, not anything too thick as of yet, but especially kind of low-lying areas. Mid and upper 40s around the area. So we are well above normal right now, and then we'll obviously continue to warm up throughout the day, and we're going to be gaining a good 20, maybe close to 25 degrees throughout the course of the day. Mold, Mountain Cedar, both on the low side. They actually dropped down from the previous day's reading. Temperatures, we will keep a lot of clouds around here. Some of this fog, we will make it up into the mid-60s by noon, which is almost a normal high temperature. Top off at 70 again today, sort of a mixture of sunshine and clouds around here. Humidity will continue to increase throughout the day, and then especially overnight. So that's why low temperatures aren't going to be anywhere near as cool tomorrow. And we'll also have a better chance for some fog, mist in the mornings, a little sprinkle here and there throughout the afternoon. And then we'll talk about those rain chances to start off the weekend. And overall, not a bad weekend, but we will have some of that rain around here. And another front is right around the corner. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, anything big going on, sir?
All right, Mike. Yeah, everything looking pretty good for the most part. Seeing a few things start to pop up on our maps. We'll talk about that here in just a bit. But first of all, remember, we're talking about that big crash there on 35. It took them 17 hours to clear that out on 35 to fully reopen that. Yesterday evening, there was some contaminated produce, some condemned produce that fell on the roadway there. So just another indication to be careful when it comes to these 18-wheeler crashes and things of that nature. But we are all good there. I-37 at Alamo Dome, traffic moving pretty good in this direction. And let's see if we get one more camera shot here. 37 Fair Avenue, same situation there as well. So we mentioned a couple of things starting to show up here in terms of our map. So we have a crash being reported there at Seguin Road at Binz-Engelman. So the San Antonio Fire Department had a report on this side of 410. Our maps are indicating it's closer to 35. So we'll continue to keep an eye on this and give you a little bit more of a clearer direction. But either way, 35, 410, seems like we have a vehicle crash being reported at the moment. Another crash being reported on East-South Cross Boulevard at Southeast Loop 410. Doesn't appear to be causing any major delays at the moment. And real quick, just want to let you know this temporary plate that is still over I-10, the westbound lanes at Frio, the upper level. They are transguide signs that are indicating that there is this speed bump here on I-10 westbound. Keep this in mind if you're headed in the downtown area. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
New this morning, new details out of Uvalde. According to legal experts, despite a grand jury investigation into the shooting at Robb Elementary School, law enforcement officers may not face charges for their response or lack thereof. According to the Texas Tribune today, experts say police officers are almost never criminally prosecuted, and charges for failure to act are even more rare. A grand jury convened last month to investigate. You may recall U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland visited Uvalde last month to present findings of a huge federal report. He said lives could have been saved if officers had confronted the shooter earlier instead of ignoring protocols. This is a story we'll continue to follow closely. You could read more about the new details on KSAT.com. Well, now to the current chaos over on Capitol Hill. The Republican effort to impeach the head of Homeland Security has failed.
And the bipartisan border plan from the Senate appears to be going nowhere.
ABC's Ike Ajachi tells us why the bill is now on the brink of collapse.
A stunning vote causing more chaos on Capitol Hill.
The resolution is not adopted.
A Republican effort to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas failing Tuesday night after 4 Republicans joined Democrats in opposing the impeachment.
Our border is an unbelievable disaster.
Helping to sway the vote was a surprise appearance by Congressman Al Green. He was expected to miss the vote due to his recent surgery, but the Democrat rolling into the House chamber in a wheelchair wearing hospital scrubs to vote against impeaching Mayorkas. House Republicans accusing Mayorkas of willfully refusing to enforce immigration laws and of lying to Congress that the border is secure. Democrats labeling the effort a GOP stunt.
Now they want to impeach a man for not doing his job when you didn't give him the resources to do it.
This vote comes as Mayorkas played a key role in negotiating the new Senate bipartisan border and foreign aid bill, which would pump $20 billion into border security. It includes a trigger mechanism. When migrant apprehensions reach 5,000 a day, the border would automatically shut down. And it makes it harder for migrants to claim asylum, all things Republicans had asked for. Now, the bill is on the brink of collapse, with GOP senators saying they will kill the bill they helped negotiate, and House Speaker Mike Johnson declaring it dead on arrival in the House.
Why the reversal?
They did not send us a border security measure. They didn't.
President Biden blaming former President Trump for tanking the bill.
All indications are this bill won't even move forward to the Senate floor. Why? A simple reason: Donald Trump.
The border proposal is part of a wider bill that includes funding for Ukraine and Israel, which also remains in limbo. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, a group of South Texas mayors are firmly behind the border bill. That list includes San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg on X, also known as Twitter, saying, quote, "The bipartisan border bill is a step in the right direction, especially for work authorization, processing, and major funding that would assist initiatives like San Antonio's Migrant Resource Center. Killing a bill at Trump's direction helps no one." You can read more about the border bill and what could happen next on our homepage.
New deadlines coming up before next month's state primary election. To apply for a mail-in ballot, you have until February 23rd. Also, you can vote early from February 20th through March 1st. Election day is March 5th. We have voting information in all the places where you can vote early on KSAT.com.
Looking ahead, the Greater Edwards Aquifer Alliance is hosting a meeting tonight to educate and rally people for the protection of drinking water. The developer is seeking a state permit to build a wastewater treatment plant north of Gray Forest. The treated wastewater would be dumped into the Helotes Creek. Residents worried the discharge would impact the water at the Trinity Aquifer and the Edwards Aquifer.
We need to protect it and not let things get carried out of control where a year down the road or 2 years down the road, it's contaminated and there's nothing you can do after that. It's, how do you get that back?
So the Trinity Aquifer, just like any other aquifer within Texas, is vulnerable to different types of pollution events. And so we're limited in that ability.
The meeting tonight is from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at La Escondida Celebration Center. Residents can get more information about how to file a contested case hearing with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality before the deadline on Monday.
Meanwhile, every year, a group of young San Antonians vie for the Youth of the Year honor and hope to take their story of hardship and success nationwide.
The Boys and Girls Club also has another tradition, this one to honor a local adult who has their own amazing story to tell.
Ursula Perry spoke with this year's recipient, Leo Gomez, a man who took his mother's hopes for him and impacted the city in a major way.
His resume sounds like he made it up.
I got recruited to become president of the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So I did that for 3 years and then got recruited to become a vice president of the San Antonio Spurs. I left the Spurs to go to Toyota, where I was the GM of administration, helped build the plant, hire the first 2,000 people, and then I went back to the Spurs for another 8 years.
And those are just the highlights. Later, he landed here at Brooks City Base.
Just the last 10 years has encompassed over $1.3 million in development. But this year alone, we've got over $500 million under construction. It's pretty incredible.
Incredible indeed, especially if you find out what the young Leo Gomez faced as the child of a single mother on San Antonio's south side.
Recently divorced and placed both her sons in the boys' club during the summer so that we wouldn't be doing things we shouldn't be doing during the summer. And a lot of what I think about today was rooted in what I learned at the Boys and Girls Club.
He says he learned strategic thinking through chess and checker competitions, tactical strategy through playing war ball, and how to box in a fair fight.
And I won a few. I got beaten up a lot. It was good for me as a boy growing up to fight fairly and do it in an environment where there was adult supervision.
Fighting is no longer part of the program, and instead of it being called the Boys Club, as it was back in Leo's day, it is the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio. He says his mother had high hopes for him, thinking he would be president of the United States. He fell just short of that, but still a great role model for San Antonio kids. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
Well, this Sunday is International Day of Women and Girls in Science, and in honor of that, Girls Inc. San Antonio will hold its 18th annual Rocket into the Future Science Festival this weekend. So this is a great way to celebrate women and girls in science and get them involved. There will be over 30 booths with fun and interactive STEM activities for everyone. The festival will be on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Cast Med High School on the southeast side.
And you know what else is around the corner? We're talking about Fiesta.
That's right, already here. And we got our first look at the new NIOSA medals for 2024. So it's one of the most popular events during the Fiesta celebrations. And one of its medals features a sun. And the other incorporates the popular NIOSA souvenir, a beer cup. So proceeds from buying the medals go to support the Conservation Society of San Antonio. NIOSA starts April 23rd.
Be here before we know it.
I know, it went by really fast.
But in the meantime, it's only February 7th, 6/12, 48 degrees.
After the break, opening night of the rodeo is almost here. We're going to catch up with a group of trail riders coming into town on horseback all the way from Cuero.
Not a bad morning for a trail ride in the home stretch, especially waiting for the sun to come up. Beautiful shot right now on this starry Wednesday morning. Welcome back. The 75th San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is just about here, and so are the trail riders.
It's an annual tradition. The trail riders come into town on horseback to mark the beginning of the rodeo season. And last night we caught up with a group who stopped in La Vernia on their way to San Antonio all the way from Cuero.
One rider we talked to says they're hoping to inspire generations of new riders.
Starting in Cuero, going all the way to San Antonio with good family and good friends, making memories that our kids are going to remember for their whole lives, the same way we did.
The trail ride usually takes about a week from start to finish.
All right, grab your phones. This QR code will show you everything you need to know before you go out to the rodeo and stock show this year. KSAT will show the rodeo's opening round of competition tomorrow night. Our coverage begins at 7 o'clock, followed by an hour-long rodeo special at 9 before the night beat at 10.
You can tune in on air or on our website or any of our streaming platforms. We're going to have a complete breakdown of transportation, tickets, music acts, and more on our website right now.
Time to wrangle up a traffic update.
Yeah, there's some problems on I-37.
Yeah, guys, our first sort of bigger incident throughout our Wednesday morning commute here. This is going to be affecting all of our drivers on the far southeast side of town. So just spotted this on the cameras a little while ago and just got off the phone with TransGuide, just talked to them, and they said that, yes, there is a crash reported in this area, and it looks like it's right now shutting down the left-hand lane there. This is 37 North, right past the 37 Loop 410 interchange. So you see that traffic is getting through this area, but at least one main lane and the shoulder here on the left-hand side, that is blocked at the moment. As we take a look at our maps, you see that we are seeing traffic starting to build up here. This is State Highway 181 right here, all the way down to Old Corpus Christi Highway, and also 37 at Salado Creek. So if you're in this area here, 37 410, and you're about to head out, keep in mind that if you are heading into San Antonio, you probably are going to run into this crash there, northbound 37 at Loop 410. A couple of other things that we've been following throughout the morning. We have a crash still being reported here, Seguin Road at Benzing Engelman. Doesn't appear to be on the highways, but of course, this BAMC area has been very busy over the past couple of days or so. 35 and 410. Keep that in mind if you're headed out there. And one more closer to that crash there, 37 410 East-South Cross and Southeast Loop 410. We do have a roller crash being reported in that area as well. All right, as I kind of zoom out here and the maps and everything else, guys, for the north side, northwest side, things looking pretty good for the most part, and the far west side as well, just kind of our normal buildup that we usually see around this time of the morning. But biggest thing that we're following right now is this one here at 37 North, Loop 410.
RJ, thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, jacket this morning, won't need it by the afternoon once again, and a little bit of fog to deal with around here. We're going to be right around the mid-upper 40s around the area. Light wind. It is going to be breezy today. Southeasterly wind is going to continue to pull in the humidity, so you kind of notice that a little bit more, sort of a mixture of sunshine and clouds this afternoon, and we make it back up to 70. Take a look at, first of all, this picture. It was a great day to walk the kids yesterday. With Mama Hen and her little chicks out there, which is a great picture. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, take a look at this. First of all, the glow of the sunrise. There is the waning crescent moon. It is going to be a new moon in just a couple of days on the 9th. And then there is the planet Venus right next to it, and some of the other planets which you're not going to be able to see necessarily just because the sun is going to be coming up, but they are all lined up going down here below the horizon as well. But a very cool picture out there. Love that. All right. Let's look at the Climate Prediction Center going into next week, and this is starting on Tuesday, right before Valentine's Day, the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, and it is leaning toward the damper side of things, the wetter side of things, and that would be a little bit more precipitation than what would be average, and that's going to be toward the latter part of next week, what this is skewing towards. Also on the cooler side this whole time period, cooler than normal being mid 60s right now for a high temperature, so a little bit below that. And then going further on into the latter part of next week and next weekend, again, that rain chance, or at least better than normal odds of rain, and still leaning toward the cooler side of things. So we've been in the 70s the past few afternoons. That looks like it is definitely going to be coming to an end, and it's actually starting the first part of next week. Today, a little bit of patchy fog around the area, and then we're going to have sort of a leaning toward the more clouds this morning. Then we'll see sort of a mixture of sunshine and clouds later on this afternoon. I think a few more than yesterday. We're going to be up to 64 at noon and then top off at 70 later on today. Now, as far as what we're seeing with cloud cover, there's the satellite picture right now. And again, a few clouds hanging around here. Still a couple of breaks, obviously. We can see the moon, which is just now rising, and sun's going to be beautiful sunrise, a couple of clouds out there as well. And then, like I said, that sort of mixture of sunshine and clouds. Here's the big system out here to the west of us. Now, this is the one that's been dumping all the rain around Southern California. We're not going to see anything like that. As a matter of fact, it's going to sort of lose some of its punch, but some of this energy will eventually slide on in here. We're going to see more moisture come on in, especially down here at the surface, and so that's why we're going to see more fog as well as some mist in the mornings, the next couple of mornings, and maybe a sprinkle later in the afternoons. Then we get the better chance for some rain coming in here by Saturday. So tomorrow, start off in the mid 50s, get up to 70 again, stay at 70 through the weekend, so it will be mild in the afternoons. Mist, drizzle, maybe a sprinkle the next couple of days. Better chance of rain. Not a washout on Saturday, but just a few showers scattered around here in the first part of the day on Sunday. Then we're going to clear on out. Then that front moves through, and that's when we get into those slightly below normal temperatures for next week, and then some rain coming in late in the week. Speaking of rodeo, I know the kickoff Thursday night. We're going to be there tomorrow at 1 o'clock as well, live from the rodeo, checking it all out. Yeah,
you get to see it firsthand. Very good. Have fun.
622, 48 degrees.
And we'll be right back with your consumer headlines.
There's something going around the Gordon home. Good thing Gertrude found Delsum. Now what's going around is 12-hour cough relief. And the giggles. The family that takes Delsum together feels better together.
No two bodies are the same. Some pads never got that message, but Always Flex Foam did. It protects against different flows for up to 0 leaks, and it flexes to fit all bodies for up to 0 feel. Feel it yourself with Always Flex Foam.
There's challenges, and. and I love overcoming challenges.
Money Habits content first started coming out, it expanded what I could do for Special Olympics athletes with developmental needs.
Thousands of Bank of America employees like Scott spend countless hours volunteering to teach people how to reach their financial goals.
It felt good. It felt like I could take on the whole world.
What would you like the power to do?
In your morning consumer headlines, Meta making moves against fake photos. Meta says it will start increasing the labeling of AI-generated images on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, so it's clear the visuals are not real. The move is part of a larger effort to reduce online misinformation.
WhatsApp is planning to operate with other messaging platforms in an effort to comply with the European Union's new laws, allowing chats between WhatsApp and third-party apps like iMessage and Telegram. The companies will have to agree on encryption standards before moving forward.
And this is a big deal. 3 big names are joining forces to create a new sports streaming service. So ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery will stream events from networks they own, including the 4 major U.S. sports. The service's name and pricing will be revealed later this year.
Time now 6:26 and 48 degrees for now.
Got our eyes on 37 at 4:10 and these flashing lights. RJ will fill us in coming up. Welcome back. Just about 6:30. If you ever wondered what San Antonio would look like in a valley surrounded by mountains,
oh yeah,
take a look at the clouds on the horizon in this sunrise shot. That's kind of what it would look like.
Yeah.
Kind of cool, huh?
They're very cool.
Yeah.
This is not AI. It's just the clouds. Just the clouds. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us. We made it to midweek.
That's right. It is Wednesday, February 7th. Thanks for starting your morning with us, as always.
Yes. I like this weather, Mike. It's my favorite time of year, when you can dress in layers and enjoy a cold morning.
Yeah.
But then it's really pretty in the afternoon.
Yeah, but I kind of like it having jacket weather even still in the afternoon, which is going to be next week. And I like your description, though, about what it would be like surrounded by mountains like that. So we obviously do have a few clouds hanging around here. The glow of the early morning sunrise. We were seeing the waning crescent moon there, but I think it snuck behind a cloud very quickly. And temperature right now stands at 49. 46 is the dew point temperature, which means these numbers, obviously these numbers are very close. We got a lot of moisture in here, and as these get closer, we have the relative humidities in the mid upper 90s, and with that little bit of a breeze out there, that's why we're seeing some fog. Castroville, 2 miles visibility. That's some of the thickest right now. 4 there at Pleasanton. Same thing, Hondo. A little bit heading out 10 into the hill country, going down 35 in toward Cotulla. So nothing real thick right now, but I think we're going to be dealing with thicker, more widespread fog tomorrow as well as going into Friday. So mid upper 40s, about 5 degrees on average above where we were at this time yesterday, or even a little bit more than that. And that is going to be the trend over the next couple of mornings. Mold and Mountain Cedar both on the low side, both went down from the previous day's reading. The update's going to be coming out later on this morning. So some fog, partly cloudy. The humidity is going to be rising throughout the day as well. It's not going to be oppressively humid, but as that continues to pump in here on breezy southeasterly winds, that will lead to more fog, maybe some mist tomorrow morning as well as Friday morning. Warm and humid. A sprinkle or two during the day, just 1 or 2 of them. Then we get into Saturday. That's going to be a better chance for some scattered showers around here. Still on the mild side in the afternoon, 70, but it's the low temperatures that'll be staying in the mid and upper 50s all the way through the weekend. And then Sunday, we'll have a couple of showers early in the day. Then we're going to clear on out, and our next front moves through late on Sunday, and that's going to set us up for some great weather starting off next week. All those details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, well, unlike yesterday, no huge incidents out there, right?
No, definitely not like what we saw on 35 where it was completely shut down. But we are seeing some activity here on the far southeast side. Look behind me, you're looking at 37 Loop 410 right now. So this is 37 northbound, right past the 410 interchange. We have a crash being reported here that has shut down the far left-hand lane of the northbound lanes, and it's also shut down the shoulder. But good news is that emergency crews are out there, and I just saw what appears to be a tow truck wrecker out there. So it looks like they are are going to clear out this crash here. Hopefully in the next 30 minutes or so, something we will continue to monitor, because if you see from our maps right now, it's causing a pretty good delay here for our drivers coming in. It's from 37 northbound, at least a 15-minute delay right now. It's going to take you 2 miles to get from 181 all the way past Loop 410 and 37. A couple other things to let you know about this morning. We have a crash still being reported here, Seguin Road at Benzingelman. Saw a little while ago. It was causing a little bit of delays for our drivers heading up 410, but looks like traffic is kind of clearing in that area right now. The rest of the city, things looking pretty good for the most part, but do want to let you know about this ongoing metal plate that we've been seeing here, I-10 westbound on the upper level at Frio. TransGuide signs indicating that that plate is there, and you will run into a bit of a bump here if you are headed into this part of downtown. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, investigators are trying to figure out what sparked a house fire on the city's east side early this morning. Happened around 4 a.m. at the corner of Nevada and South Hackberry Streets. Well, crews were able to get the flames knocked down. We are told the home was undergoing renovations at the time. The good news, no one was hurt.
There are now more questions about the relationship between the Bexar County District Attorney and a criminal justice reform group based out of Austin.
This all stems from KSAT's investigation into the DA's involvement with a group called the Wren Collective. Now, former Bexar County District Attorney Nico LaHood is one of the attorneys defending a former San Antonio police officer, and he has questions and a subpoena for the Bexar County District Attorney. About a week ago, we told you about DA Joe Gonzalez's and his first deputy's frequent communications with the group. Several high-profile cases are mentioned in the 200-plus pages of messages, including the shooting of Eric Cantu in a McDonald's parking lot at the hands of former SAPD officer James Brennan. Brennan is Nico LaHood's client.
Now, KSAT found several pages of messages between Gonzalez's first assistant, Christian Henriksen, and the Wren Collective's founder, Jessica Brand, sent the day the DA dropped charges previously filed against Cantu. In one of them, Brand suggests the DA hold a press conference saying in part, quote, explain you are dropping charges and why they were never filed. And then that obviously the video is disturbing. You can't say more because pending case, but are obviously investigating. And you know this incident has harmed public trust. Several months later, Henriksen texted Brand, quote, we got an indictment on the officer from the Eric Cantu case. Thanks for the help from you and your team, end quote. Now that officer's attorneys want to see all their messages.
It's inappropriate, and we don't know what else is there, but I think now that everyone's asking the right questions, and we have to ask it in relation to Mr. Brennan. I mean, he's our client. He has certain constitutional rights. We're going to zealously represent him like we do all of our clients, but in this situation, because it's a high-profile case, and the district attorney has made this something that's in his crosshairs, that we're going to respond in kind.
Now, the subpoena commands the DA's office to hand over records later this morning during a hearing for Brennan. KSAT will be covering that hearing starting at 9 a.m.
And have you seen this girl? This is 14-year-old Madison Marie Manson. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says she was last seen in the area of Ingram Park Mall. We are told she has a medical condition that requires attention. So if you know where she might be, you're asked to call the Sheriff's Office at that number on your screen right now, 210-335-6000.
6:36 right now. Speaking up and telling the truth are what one domestic violence survivor calls crucial. Even though it's easier said than done, that's why SAPD is trying to make it a little easier to speak up. This is one of the department's new safe rooms. 2 months ago, SAPD unveiled one in every substation as part of Metro Health's trauma-informed care. They are designed to bring some sense of peace and comfort for domestic abuse survivors.
That means we are being more sensitive to the way people experience being victim of a crime and communicating with law enforcement, communicating with an advocate.
Now, we want to remind you, if you or someone you know is struggling in an abusive relationship, we have a list of resources for you. The number to Family Violence Prevention Services, 210-733-8810. And you can head to ksat.com/domestic violence for many more resources.
A Bexar County jury has convicted a man for killing another man in a drunk driving crash back in 2022. Fabian Lopez was on trial for intoxication manslaughter in the death of 27-year-old Robert Gutierrez. The punishment phase in the trial is already underway and will continue later this morning. Lopez faces anywhere between 2 to 20 years in prison.
Before we go to break, David Molak should be turning 25 this year, but he didn't make it past 16. He was a victim of cyberbullying and took his own life.
Now his mother is fighting for legislation she believes would help prevent online abuse. John Paul Barajas tells us about this latest effort.
It's been an emotional and physically draining long week for us. The hearing was dramatic.
Maureen Molak made the trip to Washington, D.C. last week to represent her son, a victim of cyberbullying. She was there as lawmakers questioned social media executives.
You have a product that's killing people.
Molak was among dozens of parents who blame online abuse for their child's death. Each held photos of their children, putting many faces to a virtual but very real issue.
David died by suicide in 2016 after a year-long battle with his addiction to social media and internet gaming. And he was cyberbullied the last 3 months of his life.
The Molak family founded David's legacy in hopes of eliminating bullying through education, legislation, and legal action. Maureen says families like theirs want to make the internet a safer place while having their voices and stories heard. And the parents' presence at the Senate hearing got the attention of Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm sorry for everything that you're all knowing that have to go through the things that your families have suffered.
That's not what we needed from him. We needed assurances from him, and we needed his support behind the Kids Online Safety Act.
The Kids Online Safety Act, or KSAT, would require social media companies to, quote, take reasonable measures in the design and operations of products or services used by minors to prevent and mitigate certain harms, end quote. It would also require the highest privacy and safety settings to be default settings for users under 18 and give users an option to opt out of algorithm recommendations.
We have 47 co-sponsors, which is basically unheard of in Congress, and a bipartisan support. And so we're expecting a floor vote.
A floor vote has not yet been scheduled. The bill has support from Texas Senator John Cornyn, who is listed among the bill's co-sponsors. And Molak says she has spoken to Senator Ted Cruz about getting his support. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
640, 48 degrees.
And just ahead, an iconic theater in San Antonio is getting a facelift just in time for a new show. An inside look at the renovations to the Bijou Theater.
Welcome back. The Bijou Theater has long been a staple for families here in Bexar County, creating decades of memories across multiple generations.
Now the iconic theater is being reborn into the new Wonder Theater, promising to make magical memories for years to come. Max Massey gives us the exclusive first look.
We are starting the morning off on a great note. Here, what used to be the Bijou, it is now the Wonder Theater. It is back, and it is better than ever.
We're excited to bring those shows to this community now and just have a wider reach of musical theater education for students, adults, anyone around Balcones Heights or Bexar County.
This new platform for the arts in our community, it is exciting. And on top of the live performances, there is an outreach initiative.
Our outreach program is going out into the community, working with other nonprofits, working with school districts around Bexar County as well.
And of course, there's education programs for our community.
So students will take acting classes in here, working on monologues, working on scenes.
This new space, it helps create new memories. It helps foster inclusion and helps spread the love of the arts.
I think for all of us who love the arts so much, it gives us hope. There's so much going on in the world right now.
Now, this is just a small portion of the inside look at the new look Wonder Theater. We have a longer form piece. All the info you need to know for the first show, just head to KSAT.com. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Max Massey.
Thank you, Max. Well, the San Antonio Spurs roster that left for Miami to start the rodeo road trip might not be the same one that finishes the road trip. It's like that every year around this time because of the NBA trade deadline, and this year the deadline is tomorrow at 2 p.m. So teams are running out of time to make moves. We all know that Wemby isn't going anywhere. However, by late next week, he'll be in Indianapolis for the NBA All-Star Weekend. Before that, though, Spurs' 9-game rodeo road trip tips off tonight at 6:30 at Miami against the Heat. Go Spurs, go.
Let's go. Time now 6:45, and it looks like there's still a slowdown at I-37 at Loop 410.
Yeah, guys, still slow down, but good news, we have cleared that accident. By the way, Wemby's actually going to be coached by former Laker Pau Gasol, so maybe you could teach him a few post moves while he's there in Indianapolis. But as you guys mentioned, 37 Loop 410 traffic now kind of moving back to normal, a little bit slow down here, but we do have that accident that has been cleared out in that area, so that's good news there for our drivers on the far southeast side. As we take a look here on the northeast side, and 35 410 been very busy over the past 24 hours or so. This not as a major, but still a crash that's causing a little bit of delay. So this is actually at one of the ramps there at 410 right there at Seguin Road and Ben Zingelman. So we've had this crash there that was reported earlier about 45 minutes ago. Officials are still working on the scene out there. Okay, gas prices. So things have kind of slowed down a little bit traffic-wise. So knock on wood, hopefully that stays it's the same over the next 30 minutes or so. But gas prices, we see that San Antonio has kind of settled down a little bit, gotten back to $2.85, which is about the statewide average as well. But good news, it is 10 cents less than what we saw a week ago, where we saw gas prices take a pretty good jump. Now, month to month, we're still looking at about a 20-cent increase from about a month ago. So still a bit of an increase, but it's getting better.
I filled up yesterday and thought of you at the pump. I wasn't shaking. I wasn't shaking my fist, but I was thinking about you.
Don't blame me.
Like just the messenger.
It's not his fault.
I do the same thing. You drive past a gas station going, what did RJ talk about?
Yes. I should fill up now. RJ said to fill up now. Yes.
Marquez memories.
Okay, and again, the summer blends haven't kicked in, obviously, yet, which just comes up usually, May, something like that, which
Memorial Day
bumps
weekend.
prices up.
Be aware.
Anyway, let's forget about that. And look at just a
that's
picture
pretty. Yeah, let's look
of
at
the
this.
sunset at Woodlawn Lake.
Nice.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. I love those pictures. Look at the reflection there. Great shot. Thank you very much for that. All right, speaking of nice pictures as well, what a spectacular sunrise this morning. A few clouds hanging around here, and we'll keep a fair amount of clouds hanging around this morning, as you can see on the satellite picture, kind of off and on, and then sort of 50-50 mixture by later on this afternoon. Obviously, a few more than what we've seen the past couple of afternoons. Temperatures mid-upper 40s right now. And again, we keep some of those clouds around here, make it up to 64 at noon. And we are going to top off at 70. So once again, jacket this morning, don't need it by the afternoon. And then tomorrow, it's going to be a situation where probably a jacket in the morning, just because we're going to have sort of that dampish chill out there. Temperatures will be about 10 degrees warmer across the board, but a whole lot more humidity. And as you can see, with these dew points getting up here in the mid-upper 50s, 60s, and that's going to be the case through Saturday. Then we get the next front moving on through here, and that's going to be later in the day on Sunday. And that will knock the humidity on out of here and set us up for some gorgeous weather to start off next week. So this is the reason why we've got this bit of a ridge right here. And we've had some dry air in place. We had kind of that northwesterly flow, but now all the energy is starting to get moved on in here. That's the big system, that big trough off to the west that produced all the heavy flooding rain and all the landslides out there in Southern California. This is going to it's not going to be as pronounced, I guess is the best way to put it. And it will continue to throw clouds in our direction, and then we get some energy coming on in here, and that's going to be on Saturday. As far as any chance for sprinkles the next couple of days, it's basically just because there's so much moisture getting pumped on in here, and maybe the atmosphere can't hold it as much, but that will send some energy through here, like I said, on Saturday. That'll be the chance for some rain, and then a couple of little showers early on Sunday. Then once that low moves past, we get into that northwesterly flow. That gets rid of the humidity. That brings in the beautiful weather for at least the first half of next week, and then another rain chance by the latter half of next week. And also temperatures, like I said, will be staying on the cool side throughout the majority of next week. Not this week, though. We stay at 70 for high temperatures. Low temperatures also really get up there a good 10-15 degrees above normal. Chance of rain on Saturday, not a washout, but just those few showers in the first part of the day on Sunday, and then gorgeous starting off Monday, Tuesday, and the first half of next week.
Yeah, no complaints for me, Mike.
No complaints from me either. I know that's a surprise.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
650, 48 degrees.
Let's look out there with live cam. Again, starting cool for the fans of cooler weather, and just looking beautiful out there this morning. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the story we're all following, the chaos on Capitol Hill after the House failed to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary. Rachel Scott is on the Hill with the latest and what comes next. Also, the verdict in the Jennifer Crumbley case, the Michigan mother convicted of involuntary manslaughter in her son's deadly high school shooting. What the jury foreperson is saying, and Dan Abrams joining us to discuss it all. You'll see those stories and so much more on GMA.
Are you looking for work? SeaWorld San Antonio and Aquatica are hosting a job fair this week to hire hundreds of full-time and part-time positions. The job fair goes from 3 to 7 p.m. both Thursday and Friday, and from 10 to 3 on Saturday. It's happening at the SeaWorld Human Resources Center on Military Drive West. The company is hiring for zoological and education, lifeguards, park operations, food service, entertainment, general services, and more. Those interested are encouraged to apply ahead of the job fair on the SeaWorld San Antonio website. Good luck.
And right now on KSAT.com, all right, check it out. Cicadas are having a moment. So some parts of the U.S. are going to experience what some are calling cicada apocalypse. 2 broods of cicadas are emerging in the same year for the first time since 1803. But some disappointing news for insect lovers here in Texas. It's not something we will experience here.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that because we'd already heard about that, but I just assumed that our summer cicadas were included.
I thought so too.
Okay. 6:55, 48 degrees.
Wow, I'm actually a little disappointed that we're not
really
here. I have to try. I don't know. That just seemed really interesting. I-10 at Frio right now. We're seeing a lot of headlights coming our way, and just want to let you guys know that temporary plate is still there on the westbound lanes, the upper level there at I-10 at Frio. So there's a little bit of traffic is still getting through here, but you're kind of just dealing with that bump there. TransGuide signs are indicating that that bump is out there. And just one crash to let you know about here, Binz-Engelman and Seguin Road. Mike, how are things looking?
Spectacular sunrise this morning. As you can see, we do have a few clouds around the area right now. A little bit of fog here and there. Keep that in mind for the next couple of hours. And temperatures, it is chilly out there, but not as cold as yesterday. We make it up to 70 later on today, and then a lot of mist and drizzle the next couple of mornings.
All right, not too bad. We can handle it. Thanks for joining us today.
Go out there and make it a great day.